Story 1. Honestly excited. My wife of 10 years dumped me about 2 months ago but agreed to let me stay with the kids until New Year's. I went from feeling horribly depressed to being over the moon, and now I can't wait to get my own place, work on myself, and become the best dad I can be to my kids. I'm moving back to where my family is, next to the sea, and the thought of being able to be myself without worrying about upsetting my ex is resulting in a weird and wonderful feeling I haven't had in a long time. I had assumed I was never going to be happy again, and now I have the opportunity to be exactly who I want to be again. I can't wait for the kids to be super excited to come see me. I just need to get my feet on the ground, get lucky with a job, and work on making myself emotionally and physically healthy. Edit. Thank you to everyone for your awesome messages of support and love. You guys are true kings. Story 2. Feeling kind of bad and lonely. I'm going through a divorce after 20 years, and my soon-to-be ex-wife won't contact me. I miss her even though she became increasingly abusive. We sold our house, and I don't know what to do with myself. I was the typical suburban dad, hanging lights, bringing home the tree, last-minute shopping, cooking. Now, it's just me in my apartment. I'm not looking forward to New Year's Eve. Last year, we got an Airbnb in Brooklyn and saw a cool band. This year, we'll see. Hey all, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who responded and offered help. An hour after I posted, my daughter texted me and told me my present should be outside my door. I went to look, and there she was. She surprised me with a Christmas visit. She lives out of state, and with COVID-19 and everything else, I didn't think I'd get to see her. Best present ever. Again, thank you to everyone, and to those who said it would get better, you were right. Merry Christmas. Story 3. I'm working. I'm satisfied. I got a job. I have warm clothes. I am hydrated. Probably going to eat some waffles later, so that's nice. Life is good. I'm content. Story 4. Excellent. No forced social activities, no questioning of my reclusive tendencies, hours of video games, lots of sports on, the city is quiet and unusually clean. 5 stars, great holiday season so far. Story 5. I feel sad, to be honest. My birthday was yesterday, and the girl I have been seeing seems to have lost interest right when I was starting to fall for her. The last 16 months or so have just been hit after hit, including several deaths, moves, and breakups. I need a break from life. Story 6, all considering, not bad. This year, my aunt was diagnosed with cancer. She is fine now. My mom suffered a minor concussion. I was dumped after a 2-year relationship. I was laid off from my then dream job. I moved back in with my folks because of COVID. My mom had another surgery 2 days ago, and she is walking around with a catheter because of it. And I had 2 really close friends that lost grandparents due to COVID. There are a few more, but I will spare the details. But also, I have been in therapy to help with a variety of issues. I've been spending a lot of quality time with my parents. I have rekindled some friendships from high school after moving back home, and I have gotten into hobbies like running, yoga, cooking, chess, reading, journaling, and listening to different varieties of music. I have felt so alone so many times this year, but throughout 2020, my parents have been right there for me, and in turn, I have tried to do my best to do the same. I have grown a lot as a person this year despite a variety of challenging circumstances. I am still working on my anxiety and depression, but I am so much more equipped to take these head-on now. So all in all, while I feel a bit lonely during the holidays, I am thankful to be with my wonderful parents. I am doing okay. Story 7. Well, Cyberpunk just crashed for the 3rd time this morning, so other than that, I'm great. I have a ham in the oven. My guy is on his way with 7 grams of top-shelf godliness, and I'm trying to figure out what scary movie to watch later. Hope you're having a good one. Merry Christmas all. Story 8. Pretty good. I'm spending it alone because I work in a hospital, and my mom is 67, overweight, like big, and has type 2 diabetes. As much as I'd love to go over there for dinner, I just can't do it. At least she thought I was being responsible. They dropped off some Christmas food and presents yesterday, and I had a decent meal. We'll have it again today too. Sadly, I am currently at work, but it has been a good day. The only gripe is, of course, that it is Christmas and the end of the week, so I am tired. Hope everyone has a good day. I know I will. Story 9. Well, I am 9 months into being separated from my deeply beloved best friend, amazing lover, drinking buddy, abusive, bipolar, soon-to-be ex-wife. I am so very lonely, just making a turkey for me and my cat, Cleopatra. Going to watch Wonder Woman 1984 and then watch the 4 p.m. football game. Trying really hard to stay out of my head and not think about all the joyful Christmas pasts and just have faith that next year's will be better. Cheers to all of us lonely people out there. Story 10. Introspective. I had choices to meet people like family and friends, but given the pandemic, I decided not to indulge. So, I am using this time to plan my takeover of the world. Story 11. Kind of down, but I'm at work, which keeps me somewhat preoccupied. But even with the work distraction, I'm still kind of sad. But it's no different from any other year. Story 12. I moved to a new country, which I knew almost nothing about. In early September to give my life a new direction towards some peace and serenity by going as far from my comfort zone as possible. It has been challenging but twice as rewarding, as this place gave me the patience to observe and act on things I swept under the rug for too long. So, I treated myself for Christmas and ate 4 grams of mushrooms marinated in lemon juice, some weed edibles, and cried out 2 major traumas that I've held on to all my life. I thanked myself for what I have accomplished and what I will accomplish. It feels good to know that I'm going to be all right, and so will you, my brother. Story 13. Alone, semi-depressed but somewhat content. All my friends are starting families and had lots of Christmas Day plans, so I spent all day gardening. I woke up, turned the music up loud, and just pulled and sprayed weeds for a few hours before planting some vegetables. I haven't checked Messenger, Snapchat, or Instagram for 16 hours now because I don't want to see all the happy faces. Story 14. This year, I lost my good-paying job of 9 years because of the impact of COVID-19. I job hunted for 6 months and was on 1,000 phone and Zoom interviews. I've been paying for Cobra extensively, didn't get a single job offer, and started getting therapy for my mental health. For what it's worth, I feel pretty good. Laughing out loud. I'm going to chalk this year up to all the challenges with COVID-19 and move on. Merry Christmas, boys. Story 15. Not bad. Deployed to the Middle East again and spending my 5th Christmas out here. But I'm surrounded by good people, and they made us an awesome dinner, so it's certainly not my worst Christmas. I miss my family and friends, but that just makes the Christmases I get at home all the more special. Story 16. I kind of want to die. Not like laughing out loud internet die, but like if someone put a pill in front of me that would instantly grant me a peaceful death. I would gladly take it. It's been a rough year for a lot of reasons. Broke up with my ex who told me she was moving out a week before she did, ghosted me, and then decided to actually tell me after about 2 weeks of no contact that we were actually breaking up. Found out my dad had stage 4 cancer. Several months of rapid decline until he was pretty much a husk of his former self. Lost my dad in September. I lived with him, so waking up every morning was like this constant mini panic attack of whether he would be there or not. One day he wasn't. Got promoted at work to a position with vaguely explained responsibilities but under constant pressure to perform with little to no support from superiors. Made a friend about 2 months ago. One of the best friends I've ever had. We instantly hit it off. Used to hang out before and after work all the time. Text and talk all day and night. Drive up and down the highway for the fun of it, just talking and vibing the whole time. We spent one whole day together and it ended up being one of the best days of my life. Talking, vibing. Got breakfast, taught her how to drive, drove to another state just because we could, went shopping and walked around all day and so on. It was great. We told each other stuff we don't tell other people. We practically planned our futures together to a reasonable degree, mind you. She was planning on going to school about half an hour away. Wasn't sure if she wanted to drive or move. Told her I would drive her. She invited me to move with her if she went that route. She wasn't really affectionate, but she would let me kiss her on the hand and cheek, and she would reach over and hold my hand while driving. Told me she hadn't enjoyed hanging out with someone so much in forever. And so on and so forth. Then one day, just done talking with me. Won't tell me why. Says we're still cool, but she just doesn't want to talk to me anymore. I asked her if I did something or if she had a thing for someone else and maybe he got jealous or something. I just wanted an answer. Nothing. Insisted it was nothing like that, we were still cool and so on. Still nothing. That situation stings like you wouldn't believe. You just feel worthless, so easily discarded. We were inseparable and then suddenly she just seems like she hates my guts. I've asked our mutual friends and it's all the same story. She tells everyone we're cool and nothing is going on. But she's like a completely different person with me. I tried reaching out to her and asking her why she didn't respond to any of my texts or calls. And she just replied, "We're just friends, I don't have to." What happened? How did we go from holding hands on the phone every day and talking about moving in together to this? Like it just hurts so much. And people say just move on, but how do you move on from that without any closure? It would hurt if any of my friends did that, but because there were feelings there, it hurts on a whole other level and I just want to know why. But she won't tell me, and I'm just so exhausted. This year has been trash and I don't see it getting better. So to answer your question, I'm feeling like this. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. All of it. Someone just put me out of my misery. Well, thanks for the love and support, kind internet strangers. I won't sit here and say I magically don't feel like dying anymore, but real talk, it does help and I appreciate it, you all. Story 17. Awful. I'm 26, my parents are dead, and I'm filing for divorce in February. So this is the last one with my daughter where her parents are together. Feels bad. The only consolation is it is better to have two parents that get along as divorced adults than two people who no longer love each other. Story 18. I'm not completely alone, as I will be celebrating later this afternoon with dinner at my elderly parents' house. However, it is tough not having a close loved one in the home to enjoy the whole day with. I have to remind myself that actions have consequences. I was married for nearly 11 years before we went through our divorce a couple of years ago. At 37 at the time, and feeling defeated from the divorce, I just didn't see the point in seeking another long-term relationship. I don't want to be that guy who ever uses the words, "my first wife used to do," or "my second wife used to do." At 40 now, I can't go through another divorce, perhaps when I am getting close to retirement if it were to happen 10 to 15 years from now. So I chose this lifestyle, one of simplicity and zero drama. However, it has its consequences. I try to fight these feelings of loneliness by reminding myself that I chose this life and for good reasons. I don't throw myself a pity party because it is not that people avoid me or don't enjoy my company. I am alone often because that is exactly how I want it. When I wish to be around other people and friends, then I make plans. Maybe someday I will change my jaded opinion on long-term relationships, but for now, I feel no pity towards myself because any loneliness I feel is a side effect of the life I chose, one that I am happy with overall. Story 19 was a little sad earlier, but I plan on baking a lot of cookies today and handing them out to neighbors. So I think all that serotonin is going to keep me going. Story 20. My mom passed away earlier in the year. I lost my job due to COVID-19. My girlfriend broke up with me because I was depressed and couldn't be the best partner. This is my first Christmas I will spend completely alone. I'm not feeling good at all, but I have my dogs, and I love them. I'm gonna go on a ride later in the day for a little bit of motorcycle therapy. It's weird, though, not getting any gifts or not having breakfast or dinner with anyone. I'll be going into the new year alone also. I'm trying to keep my head up, but man, is it hard. Story 21. Really bad to be honest. My girlfriend and I broke up just recently, and I still love her. I'm sitting in my flat being depressed, eating junk food, and binge-watching YouTube. My father, whom I adore, didn't even want to talk to me on the phone. I did not receive any Christmas card, present, or call. I sometimes feel that no one would care if I were gone. Update. Feels good to write this down. Story 22. Feels kind of like a Saturday, I guess. Really no different, honestly. Just because some arbitrary calendar says it's a certain day doesn't change anything. Story 23. If you mean alone without a significant other, it's actually okay. I've got friends and family who care dearly for me, and I for them. I may be alone relationship-wise, but I'm not lonely. Story 24. I just found out I have a 13-year-old daughter who is only 2 hours away, counting down the days until we can meet. As for now, food and hanging with my dog. Story 25. I'm working a double shift so all my coworkers in my department can hang out with their families today. 9 a.m. to midnight, but it's worth it, I think. I just wish everyone would stop trying to make me feel better by sending family photos and happy Christmas texts. I feel like a Scrooge hating Christmas. Story 26. Pretty good. Slept in and made myself a big breakfast. French toast and bacon. My cat is playing with the toys I got him. Shoveled the driveway and neighbors' walkways to get outside a bit. Cleaning a bit while listening to some music. Going to order some Chinese takeout and watch football later. Then have a Zoom call to play board games with some friends. Merry Christmas. Reddit.